Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Podcast in a Bottle. I am your host, Meta Stanky, and my co-host, Meta Doctor.
Hey, everybody.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the inaugural episode. It's Metazoo. We love Metazoo. This podcast is going to be centered around 90, 95, 98% Metazoo. It's all we're about right now. And if you like it, awesome. But yeah, Metazoo, it's a thing. It's growing. It's awesome. But we want to kind of get started. Just how we got into Metazoo. Just kind of give you guys a little background, and we'll see where the episode goes from there.
Yeah, a little step into our Metazoo lives here.
That's right.
Stanky, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I think you need to go first because if it wasn't for you, I would not be doing this right now.
Okay, that's cool.
It's just true.
I can start us off. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting story. So, I mean, me and Stanky have a pretty extensive history with TCGs. You know, back in the day, we played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. We never really got into Magic, but it was always kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, stuff like that. And so I'm looking for like a new game to play, and I find this game Metazoo, and I look at the art, and I think it's okay. Well, my father-in-law, this is an interesting story. I don't know if I've ever told you this.
I don't know if I've heard it.
Now, my father-in-law is really big into cryptids.
Oh.
And he really likes Bigfoot. And so I was on TCG Player. Many of you have probably heard of TCG Player.
Oh, yeah.
We buy a lot of cards from TCG Player. And so I'm searching on there, and I see this Bigfoot card. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And so I buy it, and I get it in my hands, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh no, now I want
this.
one.
This is beautiful. I need more.
This is what I'm talking about, as the kids say. And so I order a couple packs of Cryptid Nation 2. If you don't know what that is, that's the second edition of the first wave of Metazoo that came out. And ordered a couple packs, looked at the artwork some more, and the rest is pretty much history. Man. And then I was like, I need more of this. And so I just tried to get everybody involved.
And one day I get a text. Yo, Stanky, Meta Stanky. You ever heard of Metazoo? I was like, no, what's Metazoo? Dude, you need to check it out. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. He said the artwork is awesome, and the gameplay seems like it's really cool. I haven't really played any, but you should check it out. I was like, okay, all right, I'll check it out. Dude, yeah, I looked into it, and
so nice.
It is awesome. And thus, kickstarting another TCG obsession. Kind of like Doc mentioned, we were pretty into Yu-Gi-Oh in our adolescence, pretty into it as we could, being sub college.
We were just poor kids. We had no money.
So we just whatever money we could scrounge up, we bought some booster packs and starter decks, and bought all the cards we could and pulled them all together and built the best decks we could. Went to Yu-Gi-Oh Championship Series one time, road tripping it. But yeah, I was just. All of my need for a microphone, all my need for obsession to get into something to play, to spend time into, was just met in a second.
Right. It's so such a good game.
It's collectible.
The artwork is cool.
It looks
collectible.
And then
I tell you what, the gameplay.
It's exactly what I was about to say. The gameplay is what really hooks me in. And then when people ask me about Metazoo, and people have been asking me a lot lately, we've been doing a lot of Learn to Plays at the local LGS here in town, and then some other friend groups.
Shout out
Smokey's Collectibles in Fairview, Tennessee. If you're close, you should check them out, man. They're open Friday, Saturday, Sundays, noon to 6. Come by, check them out. But yeah, I loved it. The gameplay is what I've been telling people all about, and it's I always say it's big brain. It's big brain. Like it's not your
huge brain.
It's not your
layers.
Yeah, many layers.
Got layers.
I love the fourth wall, man. I love the fourth wall. not only competitive fourth wall, but then if you're playing just kind of casual, the casual fourth wall effects.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ate breakfast this morning, if you swam
If you're
today, uh,
if you're a mom,
if you're a
that's my
mom,
wife's favorite.
yes,
We play a lot of casual
yeah,
here, and
uh-huh,
so water babies.
dude,
Water
yeah,
babies is a particular card in Water Deck, where if you're a mom, it gives you a certain bonus, and so of course my wife absolutely loved
of
that, and then
course.
she just wrecks me.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
some of those casual fourth wall effects are just game changers. And even
Absolutely,
if you take those off the table, the competitive fourth wall scene, oh, I mean, just the way the game is going, just
mind blown.
just the the projection that they're doing tournaments in, and they're bringing things that we wish we had growing up playing Pokemon, playing Yu-Gi-Oh. They're bringing those things into real life. And I didn't really mean to get into that today, but like
It's where we're going.
growing up as a kid, all right, 1995, right? You're playing Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, um, gyms,
Speak to me.
Pokemon gyms, right? Like, what cooler thing than a Pokemon gym? And so now, flash forwarding 30 years or however long, almost 30 years, I should say. Wow, we're getting close. Oh, wow.
Almost 30
Almost
years.
30 years.
Felt your age on that
I
one,
did.
didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
We're right on the cusp of a quote unquote Pokemon gym in the form of a tower, Metazoo Towers, where you're going to become a gym master,
That's so cool.
a gym leader, a tower caster. I think that's what they're going to be called, and the ability. Like, they announced that a year ago, right? That's the concept that they were
it didn't
going
really
with.
feel real at
Like,
the time,
we're
right?
like,
You're like, maybe.
but we're like, if they can pull it off, it will be revolutionary in TCGs.
Absolutely.
And hey, this is the year, 2023. This is it.
This is where it happens.
Towers are happening. History is
Not
being
just
made.
one. Not just one tower.
No.
We're not talking about a one-time event.
This
here.
is not a one-time thing. There's, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 towers culminating into a October event at New York Comic Con.
The Casters Cup.
The Casters Cup. The Cup.
Casters Cup.
So, I mean, how we got into Metazoo, by pure happenstance, by pure excitement, and where it's taken us now, man.
Man, we just keep on going. As you can tell, like we started a podcast.
We did. We started a podcast.
We have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram. We're trying to
we
start
have those things.
Community in around the Tennessee area. This podcast is brought to you by the Tennessee Valley Metazoo Authority, TVMA. It's kind of the umbrella of what we're trying to grow here in the Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and surrounding areas, just to share our excitement. I mean, that's it. Just to share.
That's how much fun we're having.
Oh.
Here. We're having so much fun that we want it to become popular.
Yes.
Even more so, we want more people to play. We want more people to enjoy the cards that we love.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was a good game when my wife, who does not play card games, when I was able to get her to play, and then she wants to play.
Oh, exactly.
And so,
dude, that's awesome.
You know, you got a good game on your hand when
awesome
that happens.
Because, like, with all the other trading card games we've played over the years, I think, I can't say for sure, but I feel like this is the first time that I feel like the company behind the game really, really wants people to get involved,
play.
Right?
Yeah, get involved.
Not just buy the product, but to give back, to create exciting ways to collect and to play. It's just super cool, man. Super cool. And they're helping out their locals, man. The local LGS is like,
they're funneling people to go play at physical locations, and they do this to get you qualified for those tower events that we were talking about earlier. And so if you want to play, you go, and there's lots of online events too. If you just want to play online, you can play online. If you want to go play to TCG, then you get rewarded for that. I said TCG at a
LGS,
physical
baby.
card game, LGS.
That's right.
Lots of letters. I'm not good with
acronyms.
letters.
Yeah, acronyms. I have too many in my head already.
Right.
Yeah, man. So Metazoo, super cool. And like Doctor said, like we like it so much we've created a podcast
Yeah,
just
we're
to
just trying to
talk
spread the
about
word.
it more, to raise awareness in our local areas and hopefully beyond that. But man, whew, that topic went,
100%.
and that was something.
And there we go. That's how we both got into
Yeah.
MetaZoo. You know, the artwork and then the gameplay, and it just keeps you coming back and back and back. New releases, and so
Oh,
yeah, now we're
speaking of
here.
new releases, like
Yeah.
coming back to our Yu-Gi-Oh roots, right? Like when we try to play competitive, like there's a ban list and a
Oh
limited
yeah.
list
Oh,
and a semi-limited list and all these different restrictions on cards. And I feel like MetaZoo is really doing it right.
I
Like
think they got it
they
right.
they
I think
found
they got
it.
it real
They
right.
found it because they're already limiting the cards. Like the how many you can have in your spell book, which is your deck, is printed on the card.
You
Um,
keep talking. Keep
and
talking.
and
It's
so
up here.
it's in the top left hand corner. You can't
You
miss
may
it.
not be able to see that.
You can't miss it. And I think they have said, and correct me if I'm wrong, that they are never going to ban a card from competitive play
That's their plan.
from
Their
their
plan is
core
to
set releases. Now,
yeah,
Kickstarter cards or some other types of cards may or may not be
yeah.
allowed in competitive play, but they're not going to ban anything from.
That's my knowledge. They've got a really good R&D,
Yeah.
trying to develop the game a proper way. That way they don't have too overpowered of the cards. And what I've seen, MetaZoo's new,
Oh yeah.
right? They've only been out a couple years
Yeah.
now. What I've seen is that with each release, they get cards that kind of counter whatever was really popular at the time. So like water was really big a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then they came out with hornets, and we all know
Oh yeah.
hornets are the
Water
water
killer,
killer.
baby. Mm-hmm.
Water killer, and hornet is a lightning beastie that
One drop.
it's a one drop, and you get three
Three
beasties.
for the
It's
price of one.
it's ridiculous.
Everyone loves three
You
for a
get
price of one.
yes, you get type advantage. You're flying. Just it killed water
Oh
essentially.
yeah.
But that's what I love to see. They're progressing the game. They're keeping to what they know, and what their plan is. Now, are they going to change? I don't know. I think that's what I'd like to see is like they're
Yeah.
adapting to their things. They're not against change, but for now they're doing it right. They're doing
Oh,
it real right.
and scratching that collector's itch. Like you can look over my shoulder here, right here. They release things for around
I see the
holidays.
shininess.
I've got some ornaments up there. I've got some pins over here to my right. Actually, they're right there. You just can't see them. They're right underneath the ornaments. Just some pins if you like to collect pins. Tops if you're into tops. I mean,
Skateboards,
I mean, I don't have a skateboard. I need
skateboards,
one. I need one.
but they got them.
I just ordered the plushie, the Valentine's plushie.
Oh, you
I
did. You
got
got in
one.
on the plushie.
I got one. I did.
Nice.
I was ready with that refresh button. But yeah, it's like just so many things to love about MetaZoo. Even if you don't want to play, which I think I heard something recently or read it that the majority of people who are buying MetaZoo, they aren't really
Mm-hmm.
playing it, right? Because it
Really?
is new. Like the
Yeah.
play scene versus the people who have bought it because they like cryptids. They
Mm-hmm.
like Doc here. He bought his first MetaZoo
It's
card
true.
as a gift because it was Bigfoot.
That's right.
And
That's
so,
very true.
and they have all these collaborations with eBay and Revive and so many more that I can't even begin to name. And they're just doing it well. They're doing it well. Everyone can do things better, but they're doing it well.
They're doing it well.
And no one wants to hear anybody complain about anything, but there's so much good in MetaZoo. Whether you like to play card games, look at pretty art. I mean, see, look at this. Like,
I know, right?
check
And
out.
they have good
I'll
stories.
take it out of the case here, just so
Like
you can.
all. Oh,
Like,
are you going to show something shiny?
this is
Oh,
this
look at
is
the
a
shininess.
shiny, full
Man.
hollow frost aura from the latest set, Seance. Just so good. Oh, my hero quest. I got a full hollow hero quest and a Steve Aoki. They have partnered with him as well. Just man, so much good.
You know who loves Steve Aoki?
Who's that?
My children.
Dude, good music.
My children. It's good. It bumps.
It does.
They're all about
And
it.
kids
And
love
they just,
to bump. Man, they bounce
just
and bounce and
just
bounce.
bumping.
Dude,
they
that's
love it.
awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, sorry.
No, dude. So
we got off on a tangent
we
there
did.
when
We
you said
did.
Steve Aoki.
So good. And
but that goes right back to the collaborations
Right.
we were talking about before. Like they're
there's
you know,
my
they
eBay
are
box right there. I got a
eBay,
Wilderness
there it
eBay
is.
box right there.
They got Bear Walker, which is the
Mhm.
skateboards. They did some sweaters. We already talked about eBay. They've got several other companies that they collaborate with. T-shirts.
And it's
Pen Club.
growing.
It's just
And it's growing. There's going to be a TV
keeps
show.
going and going.
There's
TV show. Oh yeah, the shorts.
There's going
the
to
shorts
be
come out.
a real online client. Right now, if you want to play online, you're playing on Steam on Tabletop Simulator, which again, phenomenal idea,
which is not bad,
and
it's pretty good.
They embraced it, right? They know people, their player base is spread, and you can have official Metazoo online tournaments with medals and all that good stuff. It's just, I think, going to be another side note. Doctor and I are both MZOs. We are metazoologists.
We took the tests.
We took the tests. Passed the tests.
We passed. We did.
And so that they are creating a culture and a community that is really close knit, that is really ripe for growth, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And
cool.
Hopefully, Metazoo's going to be here for a long time because I need more cards in my life.
I mean, looking for the next set to drop next in a few months, right? In March, April, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And then in a year from now, but the thing is, they've already have next year planned. Like, so we know.
I know they're very well planned out. I like it.
They've got it. It's not going anywhere. If you've heard other people on Facebook or YouTube or other podcasts say that they give Metazoo X amount of time before it fizzles out, it's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. You got to remember the context of what Metazoo came into. You've had this huge TCG boom, and then it everyone has bottomed out since then.
Oh yeah.
However, Metazoo has pivoted accordingly, reduced some print runs, making the same amount of money, giving us high quality products.
Okay.
And so
any company that is going to be offering $1.5 million in prizes this calendar year is not going anywhere. Is not going anywhere.
That's so much money.
And correct me if I'm wrong. They're not a traded company. This is not a publicly traded company. This is privately owned. Like, this is not pulling money from shareholders and all these things and stock and all that jazz. No, this is money that they have made through their product that they are turning around and giving it to their player base.
Putting it back in, and keeping people involved.
$50,000 tournament after $50,000 tournament after $50,000 tournament, culminating in a $1.25 million tournament at the end of the year.
Hold on. Say that again. Say
$1.25 million in prizes to the winner of the Caster Cup in October. Like, so if you're just hearing this podcast,
are there any other games that do that?
No, there's none. Zero. Like, if you're hearing this podcast and you have no idea what Metazoo is, and that doesn't pique your interest, then find somewhere else to listen, because that alone tells me that this game isn't going anywhere, and you would be silly not to jump into the market, to play the game, and try. Well, try. That's a life-changing amount of money.
Grab a starter deck. $15.
Learn how to play. If you're in the Middle Tennessee area, come by Smokies. I'll teach you how to play. I'll teach you how to play. It's a fun game, and it's complex, but it's really not that complicated. It's not.
Levels. Again, it's the levels. You can be as complex as you want it to be. Exactly. You can make your deck not complex and just, play by basic rules. You can make it super complex and have all of these different interactions, and Cosmic to me is pretty complex because you got to make a lot of different decisions, and it's kind of a combo deck.
Combo based on the situation, and that's like that's what I like about it so much. I grew up playing strategy games. Zelda and RPGs and all those things where you make decisions and your decisions change the game and those kind of things. Um, like you can play the same deck multiple different ways and
Yeah.
to have multiple different outcomes. And it is truly a very fun, not that we're biased, but awesome trading card game that will
You
be
know what?
what?
We're not biased. I will tell you if it sucked. It does
Right. It does
not.
not suck. And
It does not.
we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing this show right
Mm-mm.
now if it sucked. We're not trying
No.
to jump on some wave that's coming through. Like no, we believe in this game and the
Yeah.
direction that it's going. And so, yeah. Wow. That went
Absolutely. Yeah.
somewhere I didn't anticipate.
We're just going with the flow.
Just going with the flow.
That's the way it goes.
It's just
We're the bottle has been released.
dude. Okay, so
It is opened.
let's talk about the bottle, right? So
All right.
we are
All right. Let's talk about the bottle. Podcast in a bottle.
podcast in a bottle. A name brought upon one of my favorite cards. I don't have it within arm shot, but I can do something fancy.
I'll put up a little thing.
I'll do this here. I will share my screen, and you guys can see it.
Look at it.
Podcast in a bottle.
Fanciness.
Fancy. So
that's us.
That is us. That is our logo for right now. We're just starting out. So, but this is phenomenal. Doctor put this together. This is exactly the vision I had in my head when we were discussing and picked the name Podcast in a Bottle. Like this graphic right here is what I had in mind, because my favorite version of the card Lightning in a Bottle, which is where we get the name from, is from the Wilderness set. Oh no, excuse me, the Nightfall set.
No.
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 Am I wrong?
CN2. It's part of the OG set.
Is it part of the OG set? See, I don't have one.
OG, baby.
Okay, OG. Excuse me. I apologize. But the
and what it does, let me just tell the viewers at home. You essentially play this potion and you just wake up your beasties and they can do whatever they want.
It's great.
Awesome.
So it's us waking up right into the podcast world. It's a beautiful card. You guys check it out if you haven't seen one. But yeah, Podcast in a Bottle, play on words from Lightning in a Bottle, which can turn a game. It can completely 100% change a game in an instant.
Especially in the tower formats like we were talking about before, they have some special rules, and it seems like it's going to be very important to get your beasties awakened and soon.
Quickly. Yep.
Speaking of cards, you got some cards around?
I got a couple right here.
What is your favorite card that you can just grab? What's your favorite couple of cards?
A couple of them right here. So number one, I do love all of the collaborations that Metazoo does, and from the collector standpoint. So they release the same card in a set, say Wilderness, for instance. So that my eBay Wilderness box right here over my shoulder. That all the same cards that are already in the Wilderness set. But if you bought a Wilderness eBay box, you'd get a card that looks like this with a little eBay symbol in the bottom. Okay? That just adds to the collector value. It still plays the same. Now, I've got some eBay cards in my decks, some of the non-hollows that I got in my deck. But it's just another cool thing. It's just that much different than someone else's Iowa Dragon. So that's one of them.
Just a little mini flex.
Mini flex.
They didn't print very many of the
eBay boxes.
Wilderness eBay or any of the eBay boxes.
No, they
for
don't.
a matter of fact, UFO.
I'm still looking
Seance.
to get my hands on a UFO eBay lunchbox. And then I really like Adam Ackler. And one of the main decks I play, I like to run one of the Lightning decks. And so seeing Adam in Lightning form playing Lightning, this is a Lightning Split full hollow from the Nightfall set. It's just beautiful. He's super cool. And it's always good to have a full hollow card. They just look so good, and keep it in theme with the upcoming towers. Water Tower is going to be a lot of fun for those who get to go. And I think the game changer for that tower is whoever gets Chessie out first. Whoever gets Chessie out first at the Water Tower is going to win. And if you have lightning in
Agreed.
a bottles in your hand, that's game over.
It's just hundreds. It's
Game
going to be
over.
hundreds and hundreds and
And
hundreds.
in future shows, we'll talk more about the cards and what they do and deck techs
Yeah, and gameplay, how
and
to play,
but
and
yeah, those just on hand. And honorable mention here, card that I have grown to love in practicing for Water Tower,
show me what you got.
Loveland Frog.
Oh, love.
Um,
Yeah,
I started playing Lightning when the Hornets came out, and never much cared for the Frog. Frog got on my nerves. Not gonna lie.
Hornets kill frog.
But when you play him a lot, he does some work. He helped me win a tournament week or two ago at Smokies. Love the Frog Lock, man. He puts in some work. So yeah, just readily available. There's some cards that. What do you got?
Lock them down with the
Lock 'em
frog,
down with
and
the
then
frog,
just
baby.
destroy them with Jesse.
That's
baby.
right.
That's just a pow. So I got a couple here right beside me. I'm gonna keep with your water theme right off the bat. I've got a card also from Wilderness, a card you know and love, Mishu Pishu, right here.
Dude, also a killer.
Such a good card. So a couple things over here, right? So you've got the trap trait, and you've got first strike,
Yup.
which are pretty critical, like in the style of water deck that Stanky was playing. He was protecting his frogs with some traps, and people just did not expect that at all.
No.
So
and then a first strike water beastie.
Yeah.
Just so good.
So what that does is, you whoever attacks, it doesn't matter. This card will do damage first. Yep. That's basically what a first strike does.
That's great.
It's a beautiful card. I think I went a little crazy when it first came out, and I bought like 6 of them.
Nice.
Yeah. And then one of my all-time favorite cards, I think it is a staple in every single deck. I don't think there's any way around it, is Power Up Red.
Oh, you got to have it.
Got to have Power Up Red. I mean, it like we're talking about game changers.
Oh man, yeah, you're right.
That's a game changer. You throw that on something, it's an immediate problem. I don't care what beastie you put it on. The card makes other cards immediate threats.
And Power Up Red adds 100 life points and 100 damage to the beastie that it's attached to, and it could be a 10 hitter with 10 life points.
Boom.
A Hornet's a 10/10. Or a Hornet token's a 10/10, but a Hornet's a 15/10. You put a Power Up Red on it, it's now hitting for 110. It's just, it adds
so good.
It just adds that extra layer of complexity to the game.
Absolutely, which is why it's one of my favorite cards.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it came out in, Cryptid Nation 1 technically, but you can't really play Cryptid Nation 1.
I want to match
Cryptid Nation 2.
Basically, after turn 3, because I had a Power Up Redded beastie,
Power Up Red,
and I just pecked away, and that's how you win. First,
absolutely.
First to get the other caster down below the life points. That's it.
I mean, like I was playing the other day, and of course, I love my Karen deck.
Yep.
And my opponent threw down a Power Up Red on Sarah Good, and I just had no way to stop it. I mean, it's just hundreds of damage.
It's so much damage, and like I said, in future shows, we'll get into, we'll kind of dive into the traits and what they do, what they mean, and some of the Terras and the aura types. And again, if you've never played Metazoo, don't know anything about Metazoo, upcoming in a couple shows from now, those would be some good shows to listen to. So you can kind of learn some more, maybe get your hands on some cards, and go to Metazoo. What is the website? I don't even know.
I believe it's Metazoo Games.
Metazoo Games
or Metazoo Marketplace.
And search out, see if you have any LGSs in your area that sell cards. There's lots.
They have the store finder on Metazoo
of
Marketplace as
phenomenal online retailers as well. If you don't have a local store in your area, I can recommend one really good one right off the top of my head. It's I say off the top of my head, but I'll make sure I get the name right, so I don't want to do a shout out without.
You got to get it correct if you're going to do a shout out like that, especially towards
SJC Collectibles. SJC Collectibles.
Quality people.
Quality. Any card you could need, he's got his hands on. You can buy all kinds of things from him on the online side. But again, Metazoo is encouraging supporting your local stores as well. So if you have a local store in your area that is not currently selling Metazoo, they can. And from what I understand, it's not exactly that difficult of a thing to do. But yeah, guys, just try it. Get your hands on some cards. And a couple episodes from now, we'll kind of dive into things. We'll pick us some types, some sets, some traits, and we'll just kind of talk about them, and give you guys all we can give you from a couple MZOs to really get your game started.
Absolutely, man. What a great first episode.
Dude, this has been great.
It's good.
It's good. I'm excited. Hope you guys enjoyed this inaugural episode of Podcast in a Bottle. We'll be putting out shows bi-weekly here on YouTube, and if you're listening in podcast land, everywhere that you get podcasts. So look us up, check us out, and share with a friend.
Sounds great. Hey, I'm Meta Doctor.
And I'm Meta Stanky.
And this has been Podcast
in a Bottle.